Hi friends, in this video we are going to deal with the case summary of the important and latest Supreme Court judgment titled Abhimanyu Pratap Singh versus Namita Sekar and another, pronounced on 6th July 2022. In this judgment, the Supreme Court has granted relief to an advocate who suffered 100% permanent disability due to an accident, observing that physical fitness is necessary for a proficient advocate and physical disabilities hamper the smooth functioning of that advocate. To know more about it, please watch the video fully. If you feel that it's useful to you, please like, share and comment, and never ever forget to subscribe to it, and further click on the bell icon next to the subscribe button.
The facts of the case would be that claimant, who is an advocate, filed claim petition for compensation to the tune of rupees 2 crores under various heads on account of permanent disability caused to him arising out of a road accident. The tribunal awarded total sum of rupees 9 lakhs with interest of 9% per annum from the date of filing of the claim petition till the date of payment. The adequacy of the grant of compensation was assailed by the claimant by filing an appeal before the Punjab and Haryana High Court, which allowed the same, in part enhancing the compensation from rupees 9 lakhs to rupees 23 lakhs 20,000. Being agreed, the present appeal has been filed. The Supreme Court has held that the records show that the claimant suffered 100% permanent disability in a road accident and the liability is joint and several. With the medical opinion and the findings, the issue of adequacy and to grant the just and reasonable amount of compensation requires consideration. The impugned order shows that the Honorable High Court observed that the claimant has not now started to practice as an advocate. Therefore, future loss of earning has been calculated only for 10 years. Applying the multiplier of 16 without looking to the facts that the claimant cannot perform the work of advocacy similar to the other advocates by attending the cases in different courts. The attendant charges have been allowed only for 20 years with one attendant. In fact, not only for determination of future loss of earning, but for attendant charges also the multiplier method should be followed. The multiplier method has been recognized as most realistic and reasonable because it has been decided looking to the age, inflation rate, uncertainty of life and other realistic needs. Thus, for determination of just compensation to ensure justice with the family of deceased or the injured as the case may be, the compensation can be determined applying said method. Therefore, the tribunal, while granting the compensation of future loss as well as earning only for 10 years and attendant charges only for 20 years was not justified. In fact, the said amount should be determined applying the multiplier method. Therefore, guidance from the judgment of Kajal versus Jagdish Chand and others reported in 2020 for SCC 413. For determination of the compensation in the present case, the multiplier of 18 shall be applicable. In view of the said legal position, the compensation can be assessed in pecuniary heads, that is, the loss of future earning, medical expenses, including the future medical expenses, attendant charges, and also in the head of transportation, including future transportation. In the non-pecuniary heads, the compensation can be computed for the mental and physical pain and sufferings present and in future, loss of amenities of life, including loss of marital bliss, loss of expectancy of life, inconvenience, hardship, discomfort, disappointment, frustration, mental agony in life, etc. On perusal of the record out of the pecuniary heads, the tribunal has not awarded any amount in future loss of earnings even having 100% permanent disability, while the Honorable High Court granted rupees 6 lakhs only for 10 years because the appellant is now practicing as an advocate, accepting his earnings rupees 60,000 per annum. From the pleadings and evidence brought, it is clear that the father of the appellant was a professor and the mother was an IS officer. The claimant has been nurtured and brought up in a status enjoyed by his parents. He was planning to become an executive or IAS officer. On account of the injuries in temporal region and the permanent disability suffered, he was unable to do his studies as expected or planned. After sincere efforts, he could have passed the LLB and started the advocate profession. A judicial notice can be taken of the fact that for a proficient advocate, the person must be physically fit as he is required to move frequently to attain the professional work, reaching from one court to another, and for movements to complete other professional commitments. Looking to the nature of injuries and the permanent disablement which the claimant has suffered, that is lower limb is completely paralyzed while his upper limb is partially paralyzed, having 100% permanent disability, resulting in bodily movements being hampered. The capacity of the claimant being an advocate cannot be equated with other practicing advocate having no deformity in the same profession. The claimant is required to make extraordinary effort to attain the proceedings in the court and to come up to the expectations of the client. The disablement suffered to the claimant is for whole life, and in the said fact, the future loss of earning calculated by the Honorable High Court only for 10 years is not justified. If this court accepts the future loss of earning rupees 5,000 per month as decided by the Honorable High Court, which annually comes to rupees 60,000, and apply the multiplier of 18 as applicable looking to the age, then the sum comes to 10,80,000 in the said head. In the head of medical expenses, the tribunal or the Honorable High Court has not awarded any compensation presumably because the mother of the claimant, who was minor at the time of accident, may have claimed the amount of medical expenses being an IAS officer. But now, the claimant has become major, and looking to the nature of injuries, future medical expenses that includes the attendant charges, use of diapers due to loss of urination senses is required to be calculated, including future medical expenses. The tribunal awarded rupees 1,92,000 in the head of attendant charges at rupees 1,000 per month, while the Honorable High Court proceeded on the premises that the rate of the attendant charges is variable after every 5 years. However, the court calculated the amount at the rate of rupees 2,000, thereafter at the rate of 4,000 per month for a period of 20 years, and accordingly determined rupees 9 lakhs, making enhancement of rupees 7,08,000 in the said head. As discussed, if this court applies the multiplier method as aforesaid, this court accepts the rate of attendant charges rupees 5,000 per month for 12 hours. Looking at the nature of injuries and disability, the claimant is required 2 attendants at least within 24 hours, then the expenses in the head of attendant charges comes to rupees 10,000 per month. If multiplier of 18 is applied, the amount comes to rupees 21,60,000. Similarly, the medical expenses in the head of physiotherapy required to the claimant, the tribunal awarded rupees 2,88,000 at the rate of rupees 50 per day. The Honorable High Court granted lump sum amount of rupees 8 lakhs, including the expenses of diapers. The said amount is not adequate. In these days, the physiotherapist would charge at least rupees 150 per day to treat the patient for 1 hour, which monthly comes to rupees 4,500, and annually it comes to 54,000. Applying the multiplier of 18, the amount in the head of physiotherapy charges comes to rupees 9,72,000. For the purpose of use of diapers, regular medical checkup and medical expenses, if this could further add rupees 2 lakh, then in the head of future medical expenses, the amount comes to rupees 11,72,000. Under the head of transportation, the tribunal awarded only rupees 15,000 for the visit Delhi to Chandigarh, which is enhanced by the High Court to the tune of rupees 50,000. The Honorable High Court further awarded rupees 1 lakh in the head of motorized wheelchair. During the lifespan grant of amount for motorized vehicle only for once is not just. Similarly, in the head of transportation in future therefore, this court enhances the said amount in lump sum of rupees 2,50,000 in place of rupees 1 lakh plus rupees 50,000 as awarded by the Honorable High Court. Under the head non-pecuniary damages, the claimant face the pain, suffering and trauma as a consequences of injuries. It is to be observed that to award compensation under the head pain, shock and suffering, multiple factors are required to be considered from the date of accident, which include the prolonged hospitalization and regular medical assistance, nature of injuries sustained, the operations underwent and the consequent pain, discomfort and suffering. Simultaneously, he has to suffer post-accident agony for whole life, including the amenities of life which he can enjoy as a normal man but unable to do so on account of permanent disability. In the era of competition, he can perform better as a normal man but is unable to compete with others. Therefore, under the head pain, shock and suffering, amount of compensation deserves to be granted. The tribunal awarded rupees 4 lakhs in the head of loss of expectation of life, loss of marital bliss, total loss of enjoyment of life, amenities of life, permanent disability, pain and sufferings, while the Honorable High Court granted the same amount bifurcating it in the head of loss of amenities in life and marital bliss to rupees 3 lakhs, while special died rupees 1 lakh, making the total of rupees 4 lakhs. Considering the facts and circumstances of the case and nature of injuries, the appellant is entitled for a sum of rupees 4 lakhs in the head of loss of amenities of life and marital bliss, pain and sufferings, loss of enjoyment and loss of expectancy. Rupees 1 lakh as awarded by the High Court is maintained in the head of special died. Thus, in the non-pecuniary heads, the compensation as determined comes to rupees 5 lakhs. In view of the foregoing calculation, the amount determined for payment of the compensation in pecuniary heads comes to rupees 46,62,000, and in non-pecuniary heads, the sum comes to rupees 5 lakhs. Thus, the total compensation comes to rupees 51,62,000. If this court deducts the amount of rupees 23,20,000 awarded by the High Court, then the enhanced amount comes to 28,42,000.